All right, we are getting set for the Class AA championship game. It's the number 8 seeded Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets, the number 2 seeded Aquinas Little Irish, and I'm pleased to be joined now by the head coach of the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets, Coach Chris Reed. Coach Reed, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today. Appreciate it.
Sammy, it's a pleasure to be here.
Coach, let's talk about the journey, shall we? We look back from the beginning of the season. What was your outlook on the team coming in, and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I thought we had good senior guards. We got off to a good start. We were 5-2, and then in the COVID year, we had kids test positive and missed a lot of time. And for the month of January, basically played without one of our starters, sometimes without two of them, for almost the whole month. And with that, we lost a row, and some of them weren't close. Then when we got our guys back, they had been out so long, we didn't find our rhythm right away. So it wasn't happening as quickly as we'd like. So we went 5 weeks without winning a game. And then the last 2 weeks of the season, we really started to play like I thought we could play. And we had some really good wins. And, we were in double overtime with Edison just to get a home game in the 8-9 game. And we were down 6 in the second overtime, and we won that one. And then we drew Penfield, who had beaten us twice, and 2.5 weeks earlier, they beat us by 20. And in the third quarter, we're down 10, and we pulled that one out. And then we had to go to Victor, who was 19-1, and that had just beaten us by 33 points both times we played them. And, we pulled that one out. And that was the point that we started to think that, this could be something special here. And then the Hilton game the other night, we were down 14 points in the fourth quarter, and Preston Prince, is a great player, and we were having a hard time stopping, but we dug in, and, Mason Giorgione hit that big shot in overtime after they hit a 3 that they would have won it. So it's been a magical ride here the last 2 weeks, but it hasn't always been easy, and we're just thankful that we're in the finals and still playing.
Coach, absolutely amazing, and just an amazing win, like you said, going on the road to Victor, a team that beat you pretty handily a couple times, and winning over there in a hostile environment. And then just the other night in that game, the sequences in that game and how crazy it was, the ups and downs, and even a chance to win the game at the very, very end of the game. Can you take me through that a little bit about how the end of that game kind of played out, and kind of how some of your kids' emotions were at that point?
Well, it was so frantic and hectic. I had to watch the film a couple times to process exactly what happened. But at the end of the game, the score was tied, and we were actually holding to get a last shot. And we went to reverse the ball, and Preston Prince stole it, and it looked like he was going to dribble the length of the court and have a breakaway layup. But our kids hustled back, and as he went behind his back, we stole the ball back. And now there was 4 seconds left, and our kid was dribbling the ball for a breakaway layup. Their big kid, Grayson Trubia, hustled back and fouled our Nasir Hunter with 1/10 of a second to go. But because Nasir got hurt on the play, he had to come out. We had to take someone off the bench. It was a horrible situation to put someone in, and we didn't make the free throws. So we're in overtime. And then in overtime, we were shooting the free throw to go up 2, and we missed the second free throw. They get the rebound, and they ran the fade screenplay that they've run for a long time, and they run it very well. And we were so concentrated on not letting Preston get downhill and get to the basket, they kicked it to their point guard, who hit a monster 3, and at the time it looked like they won the game. We didn't call timeout, and we just pushed. And I was hoping that we could get a little closer, but Mason Giorgione is an outstanding long-range shooter, and he let one go, probably from 30 feet, and he banked it. And it was just an unbelievable atmosphere in all the years of coaching. I've won games at the buzzer, but never anything close to that. It was just amazing.
Coach, it's just incredible, and you guys have been on quite the ride. Let's talk about the task that you have at hand in front of you on Saturday, the Aquinas Little Irish. Tell me what you know about them, and what you expect from them coming in.
Well, it's probably going to be our most difficult challenge. They give you a lot of problems because they have shooters. They have a couple guys that can really shoot it. They're very athletic, and they have size. So it starts with your ability just to handle the ball so you can get in your offense. Because when they get going, they are very difficult to stop in transition. They look to me to be the best team that I've seen to this point. But, seeing if what we have had to do to get here, we're certainly not intimidated or afraid, but we certainly respect our opponent and understand, what they're going to bring. And, we're going to have to play our best when our best is needed.
Absolutely. That wins championships for sure. Let's talk about more about your team again, just to change gears back again. Who are some of the guys that you mentioned Giorgione, but for folks that don't know, tell us a little bit about the Rush-Henrietta Comets, some of the key guys for your team.
Well, it starts with our guards because they're all experienced players that have had success in previous years on the varsity. Nasir Hunter is a 3-year varsity player who had a great year last year, and he's having even a better year this year. He was in protocol, and it took him a little while to come back, but now he's playing like we know he can play. Toby Wright is our leading scorer, averages about 17 points a game. He's our leading 3-point shooter. And he had a great year last year. So when we returned those 3, we knew we had a core of 3 experienced guards that have been through the battles. And then we've had 2 other starters really step up as the year has gone on. Tyler Simmons is our power forward. And when I say that, he's 5'10". So we start 4 guys that are 5'11" and shorter, and our center, Abdul Bori, who has really improved as the year has gone on. He's always been a good shooter, but his interior defense and toughness and rebounding have improved. And with the improvement of both Tyler and Abdul, with the addition of our guards getting healthy, our team has come together just at the right time. So it's been kind of a perfect storm, but it certainly has not been easy, and it's been challenging because when you lose for 5 straight weeks, you wonder if it's ever going to come together, and we're real happy that it did.
Great, Coach. Here's a question I've been kind of asking several coaches. Coming into the season, is there a player that you have on your team right now that really kind of surprised you? That's kind of done more than you're like, wow, like you've gotten more from them than you really kind of expected to get moving into the season?
I'd have to say Tyler Simmons, because he has done a little bit of everything for us. Against Victor, he had 23 points and made 2 or 3 threes, and he has taken 35 charges this year. And when you don't have rim protection, which we don't, you have to be able to square up your defense and have kids that are willing to take charges to stop people from just, straight line drives to the rim. And he's done that. And he had to guard Preston Prince the other night, giving up 6 inches. And, Preston had a monster game, but we made it as hard on him as we possibly could. And Tyler was a major reason. So with him stepping up and the improvement of Abdul and our 3 experienced guards playing like we know they can play, it's kind of why it's come together.
Great. All right, Coach. Last question. Here we go. Rush-Henrietta, finish this sentence for me. Rush-Henrietta will hoist the block on Saturday if
we handle their pressure, if we control the tempo, and we compete on the backboards. But it all starts with being able to take care of the ball, and that's quite a challenge because Aquinas is very, very good, and they're well coached, and their kids play hard. So they're gonna be playing every bit as hard as we are. So we're gonna have to limit their breakout layups and their transition and things like that. So we understand what a challenge it is. But at this point, we're just so excited to have the opportunity to compete for the championship that we're really looking forward to it.
Coach, so this is a combination of a bigger picture for you and the Aquinas Little Irish. Of course, last year, you're the head coach of Gates Chili. You won a sectional title there. Then you went over to Aquinas and kind of took the program from where they were to kind of build it up to this point. Talk a little bit about the change and about, what your guys' goals have been throughout the season and how things have developed so far.
Real early on when we took over in May, the message was clear that the program at Aquinas felt like they had a lot of unfinished business. And, we thought that we had a pretty good roadmap on how to maybe change the culture a little bit, bring in a different system. Me and a couple of guys that are on the staff now thought that there was a better style of play that could be brought in, but we knew it was going to take a lot of time to do so. So over, a lot of workouts in the spring, summer, fall, a couple different leagues, running into it, we felt like we kind of had to manufacture an artificial season just to get us ready to be able to play. And even early on in this season, it still wasn't there yet. But I think finally we've hit our stride, and I think that we're right where we need to be at the right time of the year.
That's great. And we talk about the right time of the year. How has your season kind of developed? I mean, you've had some big wins over some really good talent throughout the season. And then talk about a little bit about your sectional run so far and where it's kind of brought you to this point.
So, I mean, we played a really hard schedule. I mean, a bunch of ranked schools throughout the course of the year. We traveled the thruway. We went from Buffalo, obviously Rochester, Syracuse, Utica area, a couple of teams from one team out from Albany. We really wanted to get a flavor of what was going on in the state to figure out where we stood and kind of use that as a measuring stick moving forward. And I'll tell you what, I feel like, as hard as our schedule was, it really helped us get ready for sectionals. Let me just say this, it's never easy no matter who you play in sectionals. So that was the whole point of trying to be as prepared as we could, because we knew once you get into that one game playoff, you got to have as much in your arsenal as possible because you just want to advance.
Well, and of course, but you look at, we'll talk about Rush-Henrietta. They've kind of made it to this point. They've kind of had an up and down season. They went through a rigged stretch where they were losing a bunch of games. They had some COVID issues there for a while, and then they kind of, they played Victor in the first round of the sectionals, and a team that beat them twice by, handedly 2 times, and now they're in the finals. They're kind of having this improbable run. What can you tell me a little bit about Rush-Henrietta in this game?
Well, first of all, Coach Reed has been doing this for a long time. I absolutely respect the heck out of him. He always gets the most out of his players and his program, regardless of how talented they are. They play for him. So whether they're having a quote down year or having a great year, they're always a tough game. He always has them prepared, and you know what? They're athletic, they're quick, they like to get up and down. They obviously create a few matchup problems for us that, as a staff right now, we're kind of working through trying to figure out what our best approach is going to be. But they're good, man. I mean, you don't get to the finals by accident by being a bad team.
Yeah, for sure. Coach, let's talk about your team a little bit as far as players to watch. You know about some of your stars. Can you tell me about maybe who's an unsung hero on your team, kind of guys that do the dirty work that don't maybe get all the credit?
We have such an incredibly unselfish team. Jack Blair said it best. I want to say after the Fairport game when he had a really good game, and he basically surmised it as tonight was my night. But the next night might not be my night. And you know what? He was right, because when we played Edison, it was Jordan's night. He had 21 points, 12 rebounds, and was just an absolute force around the rim. And you want to talk about unsung heroes. I would say all the kids that sit at the end of the bench who don't even play that much, because they're as engaged as any team. Like when you watch college basketball and you see teams are in the tournament and the guys are locking arms and they're excited about their teammates and they're just glad to be there and be on the team and be part of something bigger than themselves. I would say the guys that are, 10, 11, 12 on the depth chart are probably our unsung heroes, because one, they push us hard at practice every single day. Their attitudes are phenomenal. And they're like the guy who's number one, they just want to win and they just want to compete.
Coach, you have the experience. We talked, when we first started talking here about winning the championship last year at Gates. What experience can you take from playing in a game last year, whether it was a different team or not? What experience for you and yourself can you take going into a championship game?
Just not getting too upset about things that are maybe not flowing the right way, schedule wise, practice wise. there's going to be weird hiccups along the way, especially this time of the year, and you're merging spring sports now and you're still playing, which by the way is a great problem to have. And, just not being like overly analytical about everything, being more like one of the things I said to the guys today was we got to live in the moment. Like we have to enjoy this because, we're someplace that we've worked so hard to get. Let's take some time and really live in the moment and enjoy where we are, because right now, the postseason is going to be the memories that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely. Coach, complete the sentence for me. Aquinas wins the championship if
we execute our game plan.
Perfect. Coach Lefebvre, I appreciate the time tonight. Best of luck against Rush. Really looking forward to a great game, and always a pleasure speaking with you.
Same to you. Likewise, my friend. Take care. God bless.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes, Rashawn Baker. One man to feed. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead. The box. Headed by McQuaid, and they score! The Braves get it back. Quick shot, and a score for San Diego. Right open for Ozzie. He gets it. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, counter punch. Out of the shot, and a goal! Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang, brings heaven. Let's see, they shoot it, score!
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors & Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors & Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors & Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Rochester is a place for those who enjoy challenging themselves. It also is a place for someone who truly wants to be a surgeon, someone who wants to learn the full breadth of orthopedics. When you're in Rochester, you're going to be exposed to everything that modern orthopedists take care of. Exposure to world-class clinicians, world-class researchers, a culture that's focused on your education and professional development, combined with outstanding esprit de corps among the residents, and a wonderful place to live.
Network, where tonight we present to you the Class AA Section 5 championship game in boys basketball, live from Gates Chi-Lai High School. Good evening, everybody. Sam Schreier along with you tonight, joined by the coach Steve Sorensen. And Coach Sorensen, tonight's game promises to be a good one.
It does. We have two teams with coming in here in two different styles. The momentum that Rush-Henrietta comes in with big victories over Victor, then Hilton on Tuesday night, and Aquinas really peaking at the right time with a lot of talent and size and athleticism over on their side. This should be a great game.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the Royal Comets. Rush-Henrietta got off to a pretty fast start to start the season. I was talking to Coach Reed the other day, and we talked about how he got off to the fast start, and then they went about 5 weeks where they did not win a game. They had COVID issues. They had some lineup issues. They had lots of things going on, and they had to fight and fight and fight to get where they were. And they've had an incredible run in the sectionals so far.
You never wish that kind of run in the middle of the season on any team, but because of that 5 weeks in which they had injuries, they had COVID protocols, they had a lot of things that were thrown at them. That's where you build that resilience amongst your teammates, where teammates start to play for each other, where you build toughness, and more importantly, especially with a senior-laden group, you build leadership. And the leadership that Rush-Henrietta has shown, those three guards that they run with Mason Giorgione, Nasir Hunter, and Toby Wright. I mean, the leadership there has been great. It's pulled them through that tough time and really navigated them through a great run into tonight's finals.
You talk about a run that they made the other night. They played against the Hilton Cadets right here on this court, and the way this game ended up, pretty crazy the way this ended here. Rush-Henrietta had a chance to win it at the end of regulation. They missed 2 foul shots. Hilton had a chance. They hit a three-pointer under 10 seconds to go. And Mason Giorgione, he hit a shot from about that volleyball line out there, that white line on the court. That was quite an incredible thing to win a sectional game.
It was an incredible game to watch, to call. I was fortunate enough to call that game. Yeah, Mason Giorgione hit a shot from 30 feet, fading to his left, banked it. You know, they don't take points off because you bank it. You know what do? You celebrate when you get that kind of a win. And what a great moment for Rush-Henrietta. What a great moment for this team. They deserved all that excitement that they worked hard for.
Tonight they turned their attention to the Aquinas Little Irish, and Aquinas Little Irish coming to the sectionals as a 2 seed. Their coach, Jeff Lefebvre, won the sectionals at Gates Chi-Lai last year as their head coach. He's taken over this program. As soon as we pick up our anthem, we'll preview a little bit more about Aquinas. go, our national anthem. And Coach, you were just talking about Aquinas. Aquinas coming into the 2 seed. New coach Jeff LaFave. He won the sectionals when he was the coach of the Gates Child-Eye Spartans last year, and he came into a program that was kind of in a downturn. It's hard to say that about Aquinas, but they were kind of in a downturn, and he's kind of turned things around this season.
He has, and with both teams, I really defined tonight's game with a simple phrase of KISS, keep it simple, in my case Sorensen, but it's keep it simple, stupid. And that's what Jeff LaFave has really done. There's some intricacies that you will not pick up immediately watching Aquinas play, but at the end of the day, he's going to use his size and length, and that might be a little bit different when you deal with wingspan, but also his athleticism. He's going to press, and he's going to play some offense that might, the term he used, and I was able to speak with him for quite a bit on Thursday night, pre-offense. They're going to be running, but they're going to be looking while they run at what's available, and they're just going to use their athleticism and size to really attack.
So we take a look at Aquinas. Aquinas just dropping a few games this year. They haven't lost to too many teams locally. They lost to Edison early in the season. The other losses were against teams from out of the area. So Aquinas with victories in the sectionals over Fairport. And then, of course, they beat Edison the second time around, which is actually a close game going to the fourth quarter, but Aquinas pulled away and kind of wore Edison down a little bit in that game.
Aquinas has the ability to just flex their muscles at some point if they wanted to, and they did that against Edison Tech. They had foul trouble early on, and when they got beyond that, that's when they were able to really focus on their best player for Edison Tech, take him out, and then really capitalize on the transition game, which they hope to do against Rush-Henrietta.
So the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets looking for a sectional title for the first time since 2011. 2011 was the last time that Rush-Henrietta won the sectionals, and Aquinas, they've had about a 5-year drought since they won it. I think they won the states the last time they won the sectional tournament.
They were pretty dominant in 2015, 2016. 2-time Section 5 champions and state champions also, and they're looking to get back to that. And they played a pretty heavy New York State schedule, pretty much a throughway league type of game, a schedule going from Buffalo to Rochester to Syracuse and as far as Albany this year.
Take a look at the officials for tonight's game. Don Healy, Steve Polo, and Dave Cohan. Should be a good one, Coach. Really looking forward to this one. And I haven't seen I saw a scrimmage with Aquinas. I haven't seen them actually play in person. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've seen Rush a few times. And I'll tell you what, Royal Comets bring the heart, so we'll see.
They do. They're going to have to shoot the ball well tonight. They know that. Coach Reed and I had quite a few conversations this past week, and their shooting will dictate their success here tonight.
It'll be starting with it for the Aquinas Little Irish. McCullough swings it off. They're looking for it, trying to find an opening. To back up out top to Blackwood. Back up again to McCullough. McCullough trying to drive through the lane. Kicks it out in the corner. There's a three, and it's no good. And fight for the rebound. Still a loose ball hanging there. Picked up by Aquinas. And Mason Blackwood picks it up. First points of the game to the Irish.
Some indications right there. You saw Rush-Henrietta really drop into the paint. And then the really big, the nemesis of Rush-Henrietta right now is their rebounding. They start 4 players, 5'11" and shorter. Can they rebound is going to be the big difference here tonight.
Back up at the top of the key. And they drive the paint by Abdul Abori, and he picks up an offensive foul. Is that last AQ basket?
They got him for travel there. Awkward hop right there.
Thanks. Blackwood, the little hook shot won't go. Giorgione pulls down the rebound for the Royal Comets. To Borey. Borey tried to drive, got the ball picked away. Irish looking to run right back down court. Up and in, and it's 4-0 after the Miles Blackwood lay-in. Irish in that full court press.
So 1-2-2 press, and that's what they're looking for, the turnovers, quick transition.
And up and a foul on the Royal Comets. And it'll be 2 shots for Miles Blackwood. So forcing that pressure and into a steal.
It's going to be tough to dribble through that pressure. They're going to have to pass the ball looking for somebody. Hopefully, will post up in the middle for Rush-Henrietta, hit that, look opposite to dribble through our Aquinas is going to be very difficult tonight.
First one for Blackwood, front rim and out, and a second opportunity. Capacity crowd here tonight, sold out. Thanks for tuning in to the Varsity Media Sports Network. 5-0 as we're just 3 minutes into tonight's AA championship game. Toby Wright with Giorgione trying to beat that press to get it over the timeline. They do.
That's a nice press break right there.
Tried to spin through it and try to set a pass down low, and it was off the hand and out of bounds.
You see your Hunter? No, that was Tyler Simmons off of his hands. Tyler Simmons had a great game Tuesday night, working really hard against Preston Prince.
The spin move from Blackwood, no good. Borey pulls down the rebound, and Giorgione will come back up court. Comets looking for their first points of the game, trying to score against this length. Driving baseline, kicks it out in the corner to Borey, back up out top. That's Toby Wright. Toby Wright up and in, and the Royal Comets on the board.
Toby Wright's a phenomenal player, fun to watch. The kid has just worked so hard, and that's the kind of things he does.
And a steal right there, look at that. And a block on the other side. And two guys back. He's up and charged. Wow.
Tyler Simmons, that's giving it up for your team. That's as good as a dunk when it comes to basketball. When you see your teammate willing to give up their body in that situation, he was never going to stop him from dunking it unless he was willing to do exactly that. That's great basketball.
It's quite a sequence right there as well. The teams are fighting for it, and then taking the charge. Toby Wright breaking the press with Giorgione.
Nice patience.
And they get it over, and now they're going to set up the offense as the Irish kind of drop back. Giorgione dribble through the legs. Pass out to Borey, who throws for three. It's short.
Borey hit a few last Tuesday night, so he can shoot it.
And the Irish right back the other way, and a steal for the Royal Comets. The Royal Comets aggressive on the defensive end right now.
They're dropping into the paint. They're going to make Aquinas shoot it from depth because they have such the size advantage. They can't allow Aquinas to get into the post.
Giorgione to Nasir Hunter. Hunter's up top, up to Giorgione. Ball screen being set. Giorgione trying to take off of it. Good recovery by the Irish. Toby Wright, 7 on the shot clock. Loses it. Ball went right back, and a block from behind. Blocked by Mason Blackwood, and now shot clock down to 2, and it'll be underneath the basket. Inbound play for the Royal Comets.
This will be a quick hitter play.
Giorgione inbound. Gets it in. Shot clock down to 1. Won't go, and rebound comes down for the Irish, and they'll race back the other way. Here's a 3 ball for Blyers. Finds it, and it's 8-2.
Blyers has some big games in this sectional tournament this year.
Blyers can really put it down. And they break the press again, although the Irish stay in it a little bit. Giorgione through the legs. Giorgione pull up from the foul line, extended, and finds it. 8-4.
Lots of respect for Giorgione. He's such a tough kid. They hit a shot down there. He comes out and gets a payback over on this end.
Blackwood had it stripped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Irish. Aquinas with the inbound from underneath the basket.
RH drops to a 2-3 zone on the inbound play. Now they pick up man.
And inbound at Blackwood. About top again. McCullough to Blackwood. Dribbling around, trying to dribble around Borey. Gives it off to Blyer for 3. And that one's short, but it's picked right up by Mason Blackwood on the short shot. And the Irish have a 6-point lead.
And I don't want to belabor the point, but 4 guys at 5'11" or shorter, Rush-Henrietta is going to struggle on the boards.
Giorgione through. That one's kicked off into the corner. Tried the basket, and a jump ball is called, and it will stay with the Royal Comets. Here's a look at that last play by Aquinas. Nice play right there.
Right. You work hard to try to box out, but he just wasn't able to hold that box out.
From underneath the basket, Giorgione.
Got to get it in.
And a 5-second call. That Aquinas defense with that length is really creating some issues right now.
They're doing a really nice job of switching when they have to, fighting through when they have to.
Culla. Here's Blackwood. Throws it off into the corner to Blackwood. And up for the basket, and a foul on the play.
You see Tyler Simmons trying to pick up his second charge call there. The foul just occurred before the charge.
And Irish will go to the line and shoot 2. It's in Blackwood, sophomore. And front rim out.
That's a name we're going to hear for the next couple years here in the Rochester area. He's a phenomenal player, already getting looks at the next level, D1 level.
And that foul shot is strong, and it rolls out. So, empty trip for the Irish. Let's see what the Royal Comets can do something here on offense.
Tough spot to be caught right there.
Able to get through it. Nice, and it creates an open play for Borey, and it's no good. And the Irish come down with the rebound. There's McCullough to the basket. What a nice little move right there to put it in. And timeout, Chris Reed.
It's a good timeout by Chris Reed there. He had Borey go hard to the basket, but you could see a little trepidation with his way he took it to the rim. He was a little scared there, saw the big guys coming in, and you know what? He's got to go strong with that. Maybe get the foul and the one, and then at the other end, the size just takes over there in the transition, and with McCullough, and it's a good time to take a timeout.
So the Irish building that lead to up to 8 now, biggest lead of the game for Aquinas. Rush has actually done a pretty decent job on the defensive side, limiting the Irish as best as they can at the for second chance opportunities. But they've created a few steals, and they've done pretty well with the press. They maybe 1 turnover off that press so far. So the Irish have a chance here. They need to score.
Rush-Henrietta has done a great job defensively when they've been able to set up the defense, but you got to score to do that.
Right.
If you turn the ball over or they're in transition off a rebound like the last play, it's just going to be too difficult for Rush-Henrietta to defend in transition.
Sear Hunter. First swings it off in the corner. Borey for 3.
Like
he
I
hit
said
that
earlier,
one.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He probably hit 2 or 3 Tuesday night. He can shoot it.
And a big 3 points for the Royal Comets. Let's see what they do on defense here. Irish to the basket, up and in. Nice play by Miles Blackwood. He's tough.
He's strong.
And whistle for Dave Cohan.
Borey seems to have an issue here.
Be a little blood there. Get that cleared up. And we'll see if the Royal Comets are going to replace him.
Talking to Chris Reed, there was an incident that happened Tuesday night in which Tyler Simmons got hurt. He called a timeout, thinking Tyler Simmons could come back in because of the timeout. The issue there being if the trainer comes on the floor or not. He wasn't allowed back in the game. Borey is going to be subbed out, whether that's because he was taken off the court or because he's just going to take a little bit for him to be ready to go again.
Comets get it over half court. Swings the pass to Monsieur Hunter. Hunter looking through the defense. Irish in the man-to-man. Tight defense there. And finally gets away from it. Throws it off into the corner to Fisher. Back up out top again. Toby Wright. Wright driving through. Stops.
Great defense by
back the other
Aquinas.
way. Shot clock down to 2 to 1. Giorgione just launches it up, and it hit the top of the rim and the hand at the exact same time and goes onto the floor, and it will be a jump ball.
Aquinas faithful calling for an air ball, but that did hit the rim.
Yeah. He got that reset And fortunately for Aquinas, laying right there on the ground, able to pick up that.
The effort was so strong by Aquinas on that loose ball. It's nice to see.
Court. Irish have it in the half-court set.
Nice defense, keep it in front.
Call it back, send it off into the corner. Back up around, out top again. Blyer for three, is short. Babe, that's there for the rebound is Jordan, and he puts it in.
Great athlete. The kid can sky like nobody else in Section 5.
And look at this, back the other way. It's Toby Wright. Right, looking through the defense. Wright going to try to drive around. Now he's going to pull up a little bit. Shot is short. Runs back right to right again, trying to get it up, and his ball is stripped away. And the Irish will try to make a break the other way. One tip three, and throws the elbow, and an offensive foul.
And these are the things that Rush-Henrietta has to do to be successful.
Yeah.
They're going to have to give their body against these big, long players from Aquinas. Back to that previous play with Toby Wright. That's why people love the way Toby Wright plays. He worked hard in the paint to get the shot off. A fake here, a spin move here, misses a shot, works hard to get the rebound. He wanted to foul, but just the energy of Toby Wright, nice job.
Across the timeline, and Jared Jones running the offense. 1 second to go. There's a three and a foul on the three-pointer as shot time expires. And the Royal Comets are going to get 3 foul shots here.
Nice, big series of events right there to be able to get that shot off. Let's see if he can make all 3, get within to a 6-point game here.
Tyler Simmons at the line. Three shots on the way. First one is up and good.
Nice looking shot.
Nice formation too. And the second one up. And that's good as well.
Not a ton of arc and not a lot of backspin on it, but just enough of both. 2 for 2.
And all 3. So there you go.
And there's a little bit of momentum going into the second quarter right there.
And it's their ball too.
It's their ball. They were down as much as, how many, to 10? Almost 10?
Yes.
And now they're down only 6. They scored the last 3 points, and they're going into the second quarter with a little bit of momentum. Good job by Rush-Henrietta. Still fighting. And why wouldn't we expect that? They've done that all year long.
Back for the second quarter coming up next. 16-10 Irish on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Welcome back to Gates Chili, second quarter Class AA championship game. And base sideline inbounds. Sideline inbounds for Rush-Henrietta, and the Comets had scored 3 points there right at the end of the quarter, looking to continue the momentum.
Just making an announcement over here in the gymnasium here at Gates Chili High School. They're max capacity. Everybody's got to squeeze in. Get to know your neighbors. What a great atmosphere this is for a Section 5 final game.
Great. Jared Jones. Biggest crowd of the day, too, by the way.
You guys had some great games earlier with the A1 and A2 finals.
Yeah. East and Mendon's going to be a heck of a game coming up this week. It's nice to see East's speed against that big Mendon team. There's a drive, and it's time to pull back out. Borey now for three. Good! Borey again, and that's 6 straight points for the Royal Comets.
And he's their big guy.
Yeah.
And he can hit it. He's going to pull him out there and shoot it.
There is Royal Comets finding a way to hang around here, scoring 6 straight points. Boy, that 3 foul shots at the end there was huge. There's a 3 for the Irish. They answer with Mason Blackwood from the corner for 3.
Great answer from Blackwood.
Hey, Toby Wright able to break this press and to get it up to Gier Jones. Jones driving, a little floater is good.
They're a guard-centric team, and when their guards are managing the press and then hitting shots, they got a chance in this game.
Blackwood gets it back out, nearly tipped away. The Irish able to hang on to it with Mikal Whites. Back up out to Blackwood. Down to Blyer. Look at that. Nice pass inside to Blackwood and lays it in.
A little defensive breakdown by RH.
They break this press here. They're able to get it over. And it's tipped in off of the Royal Comets, and it's a turnover.
I guess Simmons fouled through on that one.
Oh, nice pass right there.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. Borey lost him.
Whites. Through Blackwood. Towards the basket and stopped. Then pulled back out. And Mikal White went baseline, laid it in, and picked up the N1.
And to that point, RH has really done a nice job of keeping the players in front of him. Tyler Simmons, he goes by him baseline, and now we have Borey come down to try to help Borey, and it's up with the foul. Would have liked to seen Simmons to keep him in front of him at that point.
And the foul shot's up and in. 24-15, and we went from 3 back to 9 again. 6-0 run for AQ. Simmons trying to dribble around. Simmons look towards the basket, back to it, gives it out to Borey for 3. It's long, and rebound coming down for the Irish. Racing back. Rush getting back on defense. Blyer for 3, no good. And one shot and out for AQ there.
Sear Hunter will try to slow this down a little bit now for RH.
Gives it out to Gier Jones. Gier Jones driving the basket. Little backspin there. Missed it. And right back the other way. Blyer able to lay it in. Up to 11 points. Biggest lead of the game now for the Irish. Toby Wright up, no good. Another rebound for AQ. So they're grabbing the first rebound there. No offensive rebounds for RH. And so far, AQ able to score off of it. They do again.
Get a timeout here. Got to get a timeout.
And he does. There it is. He was a scorer, always down to 3. And the Royal Comets have opened it up on a 10-0 run. Back to 28-15 now.
Toby Wright getting a little too aggressive there. Leaves it one person open, you can rotate over, and now we end up with an easy layup on the other end.
Full timeout here, and back on Tuesday night, the Royal Comets were able to win this game based on a sequence towards the end of the game. We have video from the Tuesday night's game.
15 seconds to play. Wheelahan, 3-ball, goes!
Buckets! Buckets! Hilton up 2, 5 seconds to go.
Giorgione long 3, and he makes it.
Oh my gosh!
Unbelievable.
That's a 30-footer that young man just hit.
What a sequence. Folks, you can't write this story any better. Giorgione, this is foul.
And we're back to live action. As you said, Coach, what quite an incredible end to that game the other night for RH.
Full disclosure, I'm a Hilton guy.
You
coached 10 years in Hilton.
You have.
It's still painful from Tuesday night.
Yeah, back the other way, Mason Blackwood. Blyer for 3, no good. And rebound pulled down by Sear Hunter. Borey for Toby Wright. Pulls it back up on top. Tyler Simmons to the basket, short. Ball tipped out, and the Irish looking to run again, and misses the layup, and trying to knock that one free. The Irish will come back with it as Miles Blackwood race back towards that one. And that one's on the line, and the officials are going to talk about it. Which way is it going here?
Simmons wants a charge call. They're going to just call it out of bounds off of AQ and give it to RH. The lid is on the rim right now for RH. They're getting some really easy looks in the paint. It's just it's not falling. They got to weather the storm. Just keep on working hard, and hopefully it turns around for them.
The Comets have been in this position, down by double digits. A little fight back, so let's see what happens here. There's a pass, and it's tipped away and out of bounds, and the Irish create a turnover, and Coach Lefebvre is calling a timeout, a 30-second timeout for Aquinas.
Coach Lefebvre sees an opportunity right here, right now, with RH struggling the offensive end. He's going to put a play into this game right now where he's hoping to get an easy bucket, an easy look, because he knows this is the opportunity to really extend the lead right now.
Yeah.
Where on the other side, Coach Reed is really encouraging his team, just keep going, keep working hard. We're going to make the adjustments here defensively, but don't get down on yourself. You saw a couple of heads go down at that last series, that last sequence of events, and yet that's what they can't have. They've got to keep on working hard and keep persevering like they have all year long.
And the Royal Comets certainly have persevered, especially in this tournament, beating Victor on the road, #1 seed, ranked in the state. Beat the Royal Comets by 33 points 2 times. And Rush went into Victor and won in the sectionals.
And that's just about believing.
Sure.
When you lose by 33, not once but twice, to be able to come off with that victory in Victor in the quarterfinal round, you have to believe in yourself and your teammates and what you're doing, and that's what RH did.
And Blackwood to inbound. It's it into White. And the offense back to Blackwood again. On the other side to Scanlon. To Blackwood, trying to get it in, and a foul on the play. And you're right, that height and speed and length of Aquinas is definitely giving RH trouble here.
And Coach Lefebvre and I had a conversation about that Thursday night. He said, when it came to RH and Hilton, you basically had athleticism on RH side, you had size on Hilton's side. Coach Lefebvre really believes in his team that he actually has both athleticism and height on his side when it comes to this matchup. And I think we're seeing it a little bit here in the first half.
Second shot is too strong, and Royal Comets come down with the rebound. This is a big possession here for Rush. See if they can get some points, chip into this 14-point Aquinas lead. Up top to Borey. On the other side to Giorgio. Looking through the defense. It's off in the corner to Toby Wright.
It was a set piece that was well scouted by Aquinas, defended on all ends.
Borey tried to lay it in, it won't go. Rebound comes back to the Royal Comets, and Tyler Simmons puts it in.
It was down at courtside before the game started. Tyler Simmons is not a big player, but that's what he does. Gives up his body again. On the other end, he just came off of getting a rebound and putting up a tough shot. Nice sequence of events for Tyler Simmons there.
See if we can see that replay there. Right into him. Took that one hard. Good play right there.
The first one he took was even harder.
Yeah. So big boy's coming into him. Pass through. Toby Wright. Gives it off to Nasir Hunter. Hunter to the basket and one. So, Royal Comets now a chance to get it to single digits as Nasir Hunter put it in, and Rush-Henrietta a chance to make this a 9-point game.
Nasir Hunter, a third-year varsity player. He's part of that leadership group that's really helped out RH this year.
There's short rim front and rebound to Aquinas. White.
10-point lead. Rush would love to get that under 10 before half.
So on it off to Miles Blackwood. Up top, steal for the Royal Comets. Hunter to the basket. Hunter up and on. They call it charge.
Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, whoa.
I didn't see that one again.
I see a guy running side by side.
That's a turnaround right there. Let's see, Coach.
He's not in position there.
He's not.
He's not in position until he takes off. I disagree with the call.
There's a block there. There's a block there. McCullough controlling it. A big turnaround right there. Get it down to single digits, but nonetheless, Aquinas in control. There's a three. Good. Rattles around and falls for three.
There was a little one-on-one battle going there with Borey. He was going to drop off Blackwood all day long until he showed that he could hit that shot. Well, he just did.
Sear Hunter. The Comets break the press. Back to a 13-point game. Out top, Toby Wright. Wright almost lost the handle. Wright gains it back. Gets it off to Borey. Borey tried to drive baseline. Now kicks it back out. And lost the handle, and a steal for Aquinas. Right back the other way, and it's a basket. You know, they're getting these steals, and most of the time it's a basket the other way.
They're so good in the transitions. Their athleticism right there.
Press breaker. Giorgione across half court. There's a shot for Toby Wright. No good. Rebound to the Irish again, and back the other way. And Cook. There's a baseline drive for Mason Blackwood.
The sophomore going hard by baseline right there.
Just like that, up to 17 points now.
You're talking about a 10-point lead a minute ago.
It's nearly 8. Giorgione for three is long. And try to save it out of bounds, and does. It'll stay with the Royal Comets. Here's a look at that steal and basket for Aquinas.
Filled the lanes nicely. They were athletic, but they were still patient within that transition there.
From underneath the basket. Coming up. Giorgione.
Switching the screen, block the block.
Giorgione dribble around and pull it back up on top again. Threw it off to Toby Wright. Right towards the basket. That one's intercepted by the Irish. And right back the other way, and a foul on the Royal Comets.
It's a tough situation right there. Toby Wright wanted the foul on one end, and in transition, Aquinas was able to get the foul at midcourt. And when you're down 17 points, you really need those calls.
Into Mikal White. White swings it around the other side. Back up out top again. Now back up out top. Miles Blackwood. Blackwood fires around to the left side to White. Back up out top. Walker. Scanlon. In through. It's White. And he puts it in. A 19-point lead now for Aquinas. Back the other way. It's intercepted. There's a long heave, and it's no good. And it'll take us to the break with the Irish leading by 19 points, Coach.
It's Aquinas. This is the makeup for the game that Aquinas wanted, to get the ball in transition, to get the turnovers with their press, with their defense, and then really attacking the rim at the other end. That's how you end up with 13 points and only giving up 19.
So we are at halftime at Gates Childline, the Class AA championship game. Aquinas Little Irish leading the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets 38-19 at the break. We'll be back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After you've been injured at work, you might feel like you're up against your employer.
But the truth is, your employer isn't the opponent, the insurance company is. You need a workers' comp attorney with the knowledge and experience to maximize your benefits.
Call Connors and Ferris today, as we have dedicated over 20 years of our professional careers to helping injured workers.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Rochester is a place for those who enjoy challenging themselves. It also is a place for someone who truly wants to be a surgeon, someone who wants to learn the full breadth of orthopedics. When you're in Rochester, you're going to be exposed to everything that modern orthopedists take care of. Exposure to world-class clinicians, world-class researchers, a culture that's focused on your education and professional development, combined with outstanding esprit de corps among the residents, and a wonderful place to live.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/Muggs & More to see the many options and place your order today.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open. Perazzi, he gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch. The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
If you're interested in staying involved with the sports you've enjoyed over the years, we may have an opportunity for you. Section 5 Athletics is currently looking for officials for several sports. Serving as a Section 5 official provides a great way to stay active, contribute to the sports you love, and earn money while making your own schedule. Visit section5.org/officials for more information and to express your interest.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes, Rashawn Baker. One man to beat. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead.
Headed by McQuaid, and in they score!
The Braves get it back. Quick shot, and a score for San Diego. Wide open for Ozzie. He gets it. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, power punch. Out of the shot, and a goal!
Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang! Brings heaven. Let's see, they shoot it. Score! Welcome back to Gage Childline High School. Sam Schreier and the coach Steve Sorensen. And the Aquinas Little Irish taking on the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets, the Class AA championship game. And coach, the Royal Comets, they were able to mount a little bit of offense and get the lead down, actually cut it down to 3. And it's been all Aquinas since that point, though, 38-19.
We saw 2 runs by RH in that first half. That one run right in the end of the first quarter get to 3. And 6 at the quarter, and then we had another run by Aquinas. They pulled it extended, but yet RH came back again, brought it within 10. We were talking about possibly getting that under 10 going into the halftime. They blinked, we blinked. It's now a 19-point lead, and Aquinas really flexed their muscles, which is their length and their athleticism. So tough to constantly go against that pressure, and then when Aquinas is in the transition, they're just almost impossible to defend.
So the ball will be started off with the Irish possession here, and almost 40 points through first half of play, and they really doubled up the number 4 rush, right? So that 19-point lead, 38-19.
Yeah, this first couple minutes are going to be really important for especially Rush-Henrietta to try to stay in this game, to maybe knock off some points here. Ideally for RH, they're looking at this game now over 2 quarters to get this to within 10 going in by the fourth quarter, and then really making a run in the fourth quarter. But again, it's a tough mission for RH, considering the everything that Aquinas has thrown at you.
It'll be Blyer out of bounds to inbound it.
What an atmosphere here again.
Yeah. Pass off to Blackwood. It back up out top again. Jack Blyer. Nice pass inside to Blackwood. Got to dribble through, and Comets almost intercepted it and call a foul on the play. And it's against Aquinas. So Rush-Henrietta gets a stop here the first time.
They do, and it's real fortunate because Blackwood had himself essentially a layup, but he was too deep under the backboard.
Pull the press back a bit, and Jair Jones will run the offense. From the spot he hit his shot to win the game the other night. Kicks it off in the corner. There's a three-pointer. It's no good by Toby Wright, and the rebound back down to the Irish. Up from McCullough back the other way.
Aquinas gets that ball up across midcourt very quickly.
Blackwood. Good step back, kick out. There, and an offensive foul. So 2 straight stops for the Royal Comets.
It's a nice way to start. It'd be better if they can get something on this other end. But Toby Wright giving up his body, it's what Rush-Henrietta has to do. It's a third charge that Rush-Henrietta has taken in basically a 17-minute game so far.
Tyler Simmons tried to drive towards the basket. It's tipped in out of bounds, and he'll stay with the Royal Comets. Played 1 minute here in the third quarter. Comets trying to mount some offense here. Get it in, and a steal right away. And the Irish will come right back the other way, and up, and just trying to put it in, and a nice deflection there by RH to get it out of bounds. So finally run it out of bounds play.
RH was a little lackadaisical on that inbounds play.
And they get it into Jack Blyer. Through, and a travel, and another turnover for Aquinas. They turned it over 3 times on 3 possessions so far, Coach.
Coach Lefebvre not happy with that call. He wanted Cowan to make that call because it was right in front of him, but it was going towards Don Healy, so Don Healy made that call.
Put down, put it across half court. Sear Hunter, back to Jair Jones at top. He's looking for the ball screen, and Coach Reed calls out the play. On the other side. Swing it to the left side to Hunter. Hunter dribbles it back up out top again. Shot clock down to 10. Dribble handoff to Borey. Back up out top again to Simmons. Simmons driving through and to go up and had it partially blocked and out of bounds. And now 2 seconds on the shot clock. And the Comets are going to have to do something here if they want to score.
Saw the respect on Borey, who hit 2 threes in that first half. Yeah. They're now defending him over the arc now. Sandy Swingle getting that ball back in, coming out of retirement from his refereeing days.
Out of bounds, get it in, and it's going to be nearly a shot clock violation. It would have been if Rush came up with it, but the Irish are coming back the other way. They'll score here, shot won't go, and another stop for the Royal Comets. So they have an opportunity here to score, they just haven't been able to put it down themselves. As Wright faked it, got it to Jair Jones. Right up for the Royal Comets. Won't go for Tyler Simmons, and Aquinas takes back the rebound.
More than 2 minutes in, neither team has scored.
And Coach Lefebvre just wants to calm him down a little bit and talk this through. Timeout for the Irish, 30-second timeout.
He's going to draw up a play where he thinks they're going to get their best opportunity to score. Again, one of those opportunities where he knows that they could break this game even to the next level if they're able to score. Since both teams are struggling to score at this point.
Both teams, and you know what? Rush has created the opportunities that they needed to create to be able to make it that way. But like you said, they just haven't been able to capitalize really on their side.
It's the lot of the length and the athleticism of RH is in their or of Aquinas is kind of in their heads when they get inside that paint, thinking that there's someone's going to be blocking those shots because they did in the first half. They made everything difficult.
Pass in to McCullough. Get back around to Jordan. The other side to Miles Blackwood, and he puts it in. So first points at the quarter after the draw it up. That timeout from Coach Lefebvre.
That's one of those plays where you say, just go score the ball.
And trying to break that one, and a turnover. Yeah, this one going to end up in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound to the Irish. Mason Blackwood up and in. And with 5 minutes to go in the third, Rush stuck on 19 points, 42-19. Aquinas in the lead.
4-0 run for Aquinas where they're just going hard to the basket. Nothing was working the first 2 minutes. Just man up and go.
Hunter. Works through the defense, kicks it off into the corner for Toby Wright for 3. No good. And Aquinas right there for the rebound and quickly back the other way. And he'll step on the line out of bounds. Now back to the Royal Comets.
Frustration setting in. It's again offensive rebounding on this play here. Blackwood just getting rebounds, and again, Aquinas almost knows that we can throw it up at the rim, go get it because of the height advantage. RH was successful Tuesday night, and they were out rebounded by Hilton by 23, and Hilton's not as long or as athletic as Aquinas, and I wouldn't be surprised if that number is even greater tonight.
Here, Joe on the front rim and out, and rebound back, tried to dunk on him. Wow, that was quite a play right there, unable to finish that one. No call, there's a three-pointer, good. So, change up there, Toby Wright hits the 3.
Simmons was looking for his 3rd charge call.
And a tip goes out of bounds. Yeah,
good hustle by Wright getting back on that one.
Take a look, I think this is the dunk here.
Simmons setting up to take the charge, no call on the charge. Everybody's looking for the call, and RH breaks out on transition.
It's in, back up on top again. Swing it inside, and nice play there. They run that high-low a little bit there and drop it in and score it.
Yeah, McCullough just took Giorgione down low.
And a travel as the full court pressure there bothering the Royal Comets.
We're at a critical point in this game right now. It's a 22-point lead. They're doubled up. RH is settling for shots that are a little more difficult than they want to take, and the frustration is starting to build.
Off to Jack Blyer. Around to Miles Blackwood. In, shot won't go. Rebound out to Nasir Hunter. Back up to. That won't go for Hunter there on the little floater. And then Tyler Simmons grabs the ball and puts it in.
Tyler Simmons fighting all game long, giving up his body on charge calls, get the undersized of that paint, working for rebounds. Really impressed with Tyler Simmons here tonight.
And travel against the Irish. Maybe possession for RH. Giorgione. To Toby Wright. Puts it off into the corner for 3. No good. And down the other way.
At the very beginning of this game, we talked about the importance of RH hitting those kinds of shots. A wide open look, 15 feet. To be in this game, to be competitive against Aquinas, they're going to have to hit those shots.
Here come the Irish again. By Robert McCullough. Back up on top. Walker. Little hook shot there. There's another offensive foul.
That's number 3 for Tyler Simmons. 3 times this game for his teammates, for his program, for his community. He's given up his body to take a charge call.
It's nice. It's nice to see them do that there, right?
It's quite honestly, they don't have many options, but still it's tough for kids to do.
Up in the corner, and wide open 3. No good. And a rebound comes down to Miles Blackwood, and the Irish will be running back the other way. Try to pass and another charge.
4 times Tyler Simmons has given up his body.
Coach LaFave is not happy right now.
Those are all good charges. He should be looking at his team and telling them that, stop and pop the 12 to 15 footer or make the pass. But that will send a message to Aquinas the rest of this game. You're not going to be able to drive when Simmons is in the paint because he's going to get into there and give up his body.
Tyler Simmons out to Borey. Joe now. Top nearly lost it. Sent off in the corner. And in and layup. And in for Tyler Simmons.
Toby Wright going hard to the basket, drawing attention, finding the pass into Simmons. Nice little pass and basket.
Miles Blackwood. Blackwood to the basket, uses the glass and puts it in. And he made a nice move around the ball screen there. Aquinas back in the full court pressure. Comets able to get it across.
They're going to kick that out.
So now it's tipped and I'm going to call a foul on the play. This one going to come up against the Irish.
Got that one on Mikal White. Rode him out of bounds, forced him into that turnover.
It'll be Comets ball underneath their basket now. Taken by Toby Wright. It's it into Giorgione. Looking through, swings it off in the corner. Simmons to Giorgione. Giorgione trying to go up for the layup and foul on the play.
He used a little bit of a Euro step to try to draw those bodies towards him. When he got the RH player in an awkward position, he knows he's going to foul, throw it up there, see if he can get the and one. Yeah. That's experience. That's being familiar with the paint.
Mason Giorgione will shoot 2 for the Royal Comets.
Back down to a 19-point lead for Aquinas.
If you're Rush here, get the shot here, good. If you're Rush here, you need to stop, and then the goal would be to get it to what point before the end of the quarter?
Well, minute 15, if you can get it to a 15-point game, you're okay. You won the third quarter. You can build off of that little information right there. And
another
again,
charge. Coach upset.
So I'd be interested to hear what kind of a adjustment that was made at halftime, where RH was going to go out there and extend their defense, but then willing to stand in the paint and take those charges.
You see this team fouls too, Coach, for this half? 7-0. The advantage for Rush here is shooting in the fourth quarter. Giorgione with a little hook shot. Tried a floater, couldn't get it. Aquinas comes down with it. Let's see what they're going to do again. And this time, an and one. No charge there. Mikal White makes the Comets pay.
Yeah, it's 7-1 in fouls, but it's really dictated by the type of play that we're seeing. RH is not really trying to block shots. They're not trying to reach in there. They're instead just getting underneath them and giving up their bodies for the charge call. And they're doing a great job of it. They're not blocks. They're drawing the charge. And the one time they do reach their hand in there, they got an and one. So RH is certainly playing the defense that is most effective for themselves.
Across half court. Swung off into the corner. Toby Wright back up on top to Giorgione. On the other side. Sear Hunter. Up to Toby Wright. Wright looking through the defense. Wright trying a little spin move. Kicks it back out to Giorgione.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Giorgione trying to drive through. 17 on the game clock. Shot won't go. And again, Aquinas rebound and a long pass out. And a basket for Blyer. That's good vision right there to find an open man. And they get it in, and the heave is no good. So it turns into a bigger lead for the Aquinas Little Irish there in the third quarter, Coach. 51-28 heading to the fourth.
We blinked again.
Yeah.
We've said this a couple times. The second quarter, 10-point lead becomes a 19 right before half. What was a 18-point deficit for RH, we blinked in the last minute, and now it's back up to a 23-point lead. And the game is taking another turn, not in RH's favor.
So it's 51-28. Irish leading the Royal Comets on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in, a group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
And welcome back to Gates Chai Live, 51-28. Aquinas in the lead here, started the fourth quarter, Section 5 Class AA championship game. Winner of this game goes on to next week, right? Going to face Jamestown in the regionals.
We're at Buff State on Saturday night. This should be a great game.
Jamestown winning another sectional title. So legendary Ben Drake made these roots up in this area for college basketball at Brockport.
That's a legendary program that he's got going on.
He does. I can think of the athletic director and a varsity basketball coach. Pretty crazy stuff.
That's when you know you're living the dream.
And a big school too, nonetheless. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be two shots coming up for the Royal Comets. Actually, one-on-one. And that one's short. That's right. There'll be a bonus opportunity for Rush for the rest of the game here. And now the Irish control things. Picked off to Scanlon. And look at that. Nice play. Nice pass and lay in Miles Blackwood. It's 53-28.
Aquinas still in that full court press.
Here Jones fires into the corner with a little spin move for Tyler Simmons. And he puts it in for RH. Good spin move along the baseline. And this right back to it. Back up and stripped. And hits the leg and goes out of bounds.
Diving hard to the basket. Toby Wright had to come over and help out on that. Lost sight of his own man. Hit him going back door.
Full timeout on the court at Gates Chai Lai on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, bank it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
Little trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is gonna take this in the other direction, bank it, touchdown, East.
Back inside the Gates Chai Lai Fieldhouse, 53-30. Lead for the Little Irish over the Royal Comets. It's Aquinas ball underneath their basket. And a 23-point lead right now for Aquinas. And 30 points, just 30 points through three quarters. Not what the Royal Comets wanted to do here.
Credit to the Aquinas defense. They can certainly get after it tonight.
Up on top, Miles Blackwood. It's around to Robert McCullough. Cal White, and pass through to Miles Blackwood, and foul on the play. Fourth foul on Borey, second of the half. Cal White. To Scanlon. Scanlon, a little runner, and gets it to fall.
Nice job attacking the paint by Scanlon. Aquinas, they're still in that press because that's what they do. This is for them to drop back in the half court, no matter what the lead is not how they play.
Right.
And whatever the outcome of this game is, they're going to play their way because in their case, they're hoping to be playing next weekend.
Get in for the Royal Comets, and they'll shoot for three as Borey knocks it down. Borey, three of them.
biggest guy on the floor for RH,
Yeah.
and he's their three-point shooter tonight.
There's a drive to the basket and one for Mikal White. So he answers that one with a and one of his own. And they're going to shoot one shot.
And that's kind of Aquinas. You know, they've gone through a couple minutes where they haven't scored at all, but at the end of the day, what they're going to tell their players is just go score the ball. And they're going to put up a bucket, put up a shot, maybe offensive rebound, or they're going to attack the paint. In that case, Mikal White is the one who attacked the paint, got the foul and the bucket.
6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. And White completes the three-point play. Up to midcourt from the Royal Comets. Trying to break the trap, and Coach Reed calls a 30-second timeout.
Had he play? Simmons was calling it that too. Knew he was in trouble before he commits another turnover.
Try to give that up, yeah.
Just get that timeout, and let's talk about it.
Hey, coming up after the game tonight, down on the courts, we'll have our awards ceremony, and then we'll speak to the winning coach of the game and the MVP. So Coach Sorensen's going to make a mission down to the court to grab those for us. Good to see former RH assistant Cedric Horn on the RH bench tonight. Cedric Horn, he was been with Coach Reed for a long time, and he left to take a job out of state, so it's good to see him back in town.
Not surprised he's there, supporting.
And a pass in for Mason Giorgione. Ball screen set, kicked out. Toby Wright back up out top again. Tyler Simmons. Simmons trying to spin move, and now it's intercepted by the Irish. Will Scanlon quickly back the other way to Jack Blyer. He finishes the play up and in. And Coach Lefebvre telling them to stay in it. Get your hands up. Giorgione breaks the press.
Oh boy.
There. Hello.
Here we go.
Thank you very much. Tomahawk missed it. Wow. That had brought the place down right there.
Yeah, that would place would have erupted.
There's a three for Blyer. I think they'll take that.
Yeah.
Up to a 30-point lead now for RH, and they try to get it to the basket, and it's no good.
Fisher going hard to the basket.
Here's a replay. He just timed it just a little short.
That attempt at a dunk is a language that I've never spoken.
Got to have the right guys and able to do that,
Yes.
Coach. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, one no good. Sometimes you might have those right ones.
Can't say enough about the defense that Aquinas is playing here tonight. You know, Rush-Henrietta is trying to split those seams, but Aquinas is doing such a nice job pinching and then recovering when they kick it back out that there's just no room to go anywhere, and it's really tough to get that shot off with the length of Aquinas. This defense is really impressive by Aquinas.
Gal White.
63 points, but I think the bigger number for that tells the story of this game is the 34 that RH has scored.
And RH can put the ball in the basket, and Coach Reed was, when I talked to him earlier this week, he was very concerned about this. He said they were going to have to be able to handle the press and be able to weather the storms when the Irish make these big runs, and so far tonight it's been all Irish. Giorgione. To Miles. Or rather, Nasir Hunter, he missed the layup, and now back the other way come the Irish. Try to get a pass through, hits a leg, and it'll be out of bounds. Possession remains with Aquinas, and Coach Reed starts to empty the bench.
But you saw, even on that last play there, Hunter was able to split the defender, beat the guy on the dribble, defender on the ball. But he had to adjust the shot to an awkward shot, even just to get something up towards the basket.
Yeah.
Big round of applause for those seniors that have really led this team from RH. Cannot give them enough credit. This run is because of that kind of leadership that RH has shown throughout this tournament.
Miles Blackwood finds a cutting.
McCullough.
Yeah, and lays it in. They all find their players very easily on the court there. Aquinas just plays so well together. Off into the corner. Cook. Johnny Cook for three. Johnny Cook no good. Brown's bouncing around, and Aquinas comes up with it. They'll come back the other way, and a turnaround spin move for Robert McCullough. He puts it in. 67-34.
Aquinas up 33. I think, and RH has really thrown in the towel, giving guys an opportunity to play that have not played much. And Aquinas is now got some subs at the table themselves.
Darius Smith puts it in for RH. Really do got to give the Royal Comets credit, though, this run they've made here to the finals, and just running into a team they really don't match up very well against at all. Miles Blackwood puts it in.
Aquinas calling a timeout.
It's for subs, it looks like.
Oh, he's calling a full. He's taking the full.
Okay. Full timeout. Yeah, it's 69-36. Irish in the lead. And, yeah, you really have to admire what the Royal Comets did here going on the road. And first of all, they played in that first round, and even to get a home game, they had to beat Edison. So they beat Edison at home. Then they beat Penfield. Then they won on the road at Victor, and a win that not many people saw happening. And then, of course, this game this week, and you got to give them a lot of credit for battling to get over here.
And I think that's something that they will look at the banquet, and they'll talk about the lessons learned that only high school sports can give you about the working hard and persevering and never giving up. And that doesn't mean much to RH right now. But at one point they'll look at the lessons that they've learned from this run. And that's going to be something they're going to take forward with him.
Johnny Cook. Cook spinning out the defense on the screen set by Caleb Kohler. And an interception by Aquinas. Javon Walker in. Javon Walker tried to slam it. Missed the dunk. And right back the other way comes the Royal Comets. And Johnny Cook puts it in. They've missed a couple of those dunks tonight. I'm waiting for one to bring it all down.
So is Aquinas fan section.
Miles James back up out top to McCullough. Down to Javon Walker. Kicks it off in the corner for three. Boom. 3-pointer for Miles James. A senior. Puts it home.
I got an opportunity to talk to Coach Lefebvre this week, and one of the things I said to him was like, so what stories are really important for the people to know? He said, and I asked him about his top players, and he said, no, it's the guys on the bench that for me that I think are the story for my team. He said these guys have worked hard every day. They make our top players better every single day. He claims, Coach Lefebvre says he's got 3 or 4 players that would be starters on any other team around here in Section 5, and yet they accept their role right here at Aquinas, and they work hard every day. And you can see it right now when they're given their opportunity to play. When Miles James hit that 3-pointer, the student section erupted, the players erupted. Now it's their turn to cheer for these guys.
Foul shot won't go. Rebound down to C.J. Kamak. There's a little floater in the lane, and Jordan attempted the slam and missed that one, and it'll be RH ball. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Aquinas is going to win the title here in about 2 minutes.
Coach Lefebvre said that Jordan, it may have the best vertical leap in Section 5, and I think we just saw a little bit of it there.
Tell you what, I'm very impressed with what I've seen from the Irish tonight, and very interested to see once they get out of the area with the experience they've had playing some of the better schools around. I know AA in New York State is real tough. You got big-time teams, but I'm interested to see how this Irish team will hold up against these bigger schools.
Well, and that's one of the benefits of Aquinas playing the state schedule is they've got a chance to see what's out there and measure themselves against that competition. And now they'll get an opportunity against Jamestown.
Away at Axiari. basket for Johnny Cook. Completes the second shot of 2, 74-39. Irish have it. Let's head to Asiari for 3. Oh, just missed it. This place is going to go crazy for that one, too.
It'll be louder than if we get a dunk.
And dribbled over. Taken by Johnny Cook. Through, Cook the drive. Shot off the top. Window up and in. And it looks like Isaiah Santiago Washington puts that one in for RH.
Nice put back.
Let's see if they try to find Asiari again.
They're going to try to find him all day long.
Okay. Shot is blocked.
There it is.
Take it to
Asiari
for 3.
Oh! Oh, look at the bench. Look at we got RH fans jumping around for Owen. Nice job.
What a nice shot, too.
Look at the reactions in the stands.
Trying to pass off again. And incredible. See this here. Let's see him again.
There we go.
There it is.
Way to look for him. Look at the reactions of the people on the bench. His teammates, his coaches were hugging. The fans were going nuts. Oh, look at that. Only in high school sports.
I love it. I love it. First shot for Javai Walker is no good. Second one up and long, and rebound down to Santiago Washington. The other way, and that's Collins Howard puts it in. And it's down to 30 seconds.
Shot clock might be just a half a second ahead. Owen Asiari getting the stands going.
Look
at number 24.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Aquinas Little Irish are going to win the sectional title for the first time. It's 2015-2016 season when they came away with the state championship. The Aquinas Little Irish are Class AA champions.
Well, we knew this was a possibility if Aquinas started rolling, and they did. And their length, their athleticism, their overall skill, there's a discipline in which they play. And it's a well-deserved Section 5 victory, a championship victory for the Aquinas Little Irish.
Yeah, they were definitely the better team. We knew that coming in, like you said, and they just used their advantages and took advantage of every mistake that RH made tonight. And besides that run where the Royal Comets were able to cut it to 3, it was pretty much all Aquinas tonight. So Aquinas is going to move on in the they'll move on to the regionals. There's no play-in for the AA bracket, so they're going to move on to play Jamestown at Buff State College next Sunday in the regionals. Aquinas will play Jamestown, and I think that's going to be a heck of a game. Jamestown has had a really, really good season, and Aquinas and Jamestown should be a good one. Be a good one to watch there as well. So right now we're going to have the awards ceremony down on the court. And we'll present all of the awards that are happening. Coach Sorensen's going to head down. He's going to grab Coach LaFave and whoever the MVP is selected here tonight. And we'll talk to them right after the game. So let's go down courtside, pick up our public address announcer.
Join together to recognize the number 1 seed in each classification. They will now present a commemorative plaque to the number 1 seeded team, honoring the team that has achieved the highest ranking for the regular season. Presenting the award this year is Rich Frank. The award in Class AA is presented to Coach Tyler Roberts of Victor Blue Devils. The Victor Mills Coach of the Year award in memory of Cobb County is sponsored by the Birkin Mills of Penn. The is presented annually to the coach in each of the 10 classifications, who in the opinion of his coaching peers, is the coach of the year in his respective classification. This award is being presented by Sandy Swingle. This year's Berkeley Mills Coach of the Year, Class AA, is presented to Coach Tanya Roberts of Victor Blue Devils. The runner-up plaque is presented by Hilton East Standings was in your home to the second place team in each classification. This year's runners-up award in Class AA goes to the Royal Giants of Rush-Henrietta. Will the coach and captains of Rush-Henrietta please come forward to accept their awards? Each member of the runner-up team will receive a silver medallion from Section 5 and a commemorative 2022 tournament t-shirt provided by M&T Bank. Representing M&T Bank are Ken Kruger, George Travis, and Mike Richards. Will the members of the Royal Hornets of Rush-Henrietta High School please come forward when your name is called? Number 2, Tyler Simmons. Number 3, Mason Giorgione. Number 4, Johnny Cook. Number 5, Nasir Hunter. Number 12, Miles Collins Howard. Number 14, Toby White. Number 15, Abdul Borey. Number 20, Isaiah Santiago Washington. Number 21, Shamir Phillips Smith. Number 22, Isaac Fisher. Number 23, Jeremy Bumbarger. Number 32, Darius Smith. Number 42, Caleb Kohler. Number 44, Jayla Wood. And number 50, Cody Lees. The championship team will receive a Section 5 championship trophy provided by Section 5. And now, Ed Stores, chairman of Section 5 basketball, is presenting the championship trophy for the Class AA championship. Team Aquinas, special award named in honor of former chairman of Section 5 boys basketball, Bill Farrell, and sponsored by McLean Associates, the leading coach in each classification. For presentation, Randy Targoff is proud to present this year's Class AA Bill Farrell Memorial Championship Coaching Award to Coach Jeff LeFay from Aquinas. Each member of the championship team will receive a Section 5 championship shield, a Section 5 championship t-shirt, a Section 5 gold medallion, a commemorative championship t-shirt compliments of M&T Bank, a championship cap compliments of Angelo Plumbing Group, a championship cinch bag courtesy of Ralph Honda, and a championship window decal provided by Dan Dubin. Will the members of the Aquinas Steel Irish please come forward when your names are called to accept your awards? Number 0, Michael White. Number 1, Mason Blackwood. Number 2, Robert McCullough. Number 3, Javale Walker. Number 4, Will Skinner. Number 5, Miles James. Number 10, 9, Severio Valley. Number 11, Jack Blyer. Number 12, Malachi Alston. Number 13, Chris Layson. Number 14, CJ Garrett. Number 15, Jordan. Number 23, Miles Blackwood. Number 24, Owen Hardy. Number 33, Jayon Alexander. And number 34, Kai Anderson. Throughout the tournament, an independent panel of people knowledgeable of the game of basketball vote for outstanding players in each classification during the last 2 rounds of tournament play. These votes are then tallied and determine the all-tournament team. Oh, excuse me, I skipped ahead. Greater Living Architecture provided sportsmanship awards to the players for each finalist in each classification who best exemplify good sportsmanship, both on and off the court. This award is being presented by Dan Kubin. This year's Greater Living Architecture Sportsmanship Award is presented to Owen Akari from Aquinas and Tyler Simmons from Rush-Henrietta. During the last 2 rounds of tournament play. These votes are then tabulated to determine the alternate team and most valuable player in each classification. Members of the alternate team will receive a commemorative plaque sponsored by Commerce Affairs LLP. The 2022 alternate team for Class AA is as follows. From Hilton, Preston Prince. From Edison Tech, Markel Freeman. From Aquinas, Jack Blyer. From Rush-Henrietta, Toby White. From Rush-Henrietta, Mason Giorgioni. From Aquinas, Jordan. The final member of the alternate team is the MVP Most Valuable Player. This award is presented to the player each classification who, in the opinion of the voters, made the most significant individual contribution during tournament play. The 2022 M&T Bank Most Valuable Player Award in Class AA is from the Aquinas Little Irish, number 23, Mason Blackwell. Oh, I'm sorry, number 1, Mason Blackwell. Number 1, Mason Blackwell, MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for the Aquinas Irish and the all-tournament team of Section 5 AA.
All right, we are back live as you take a look at the all-tournament team. Coach Sorensen down on the court. We'll have Jeff Lefebvre, head coach, and Mason Blackwood coming up after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After you've been injured at work, you might feel like you're up against your employer.
But the truth is, your employer isn't the opponent, the insurance company is. You need a workers' comp attorney with the knowledge and experience to maximize your benefits.
Call Connors and Ferris today, as we have dedicated over 20 years of our professional careers to helping injured workers.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
All right, we are back at Gage Chilai, and right now we have Coach Sorensen down on the court with head coach Jeff Lefebvre and Mason Blackwood.
Thank you, Sam. Hey, congratulations. We got with us Coach Lefebvre from Aquinas and Mason Blackwood, the Section 5 Class AA champions. Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, Mason. Coach, before we get into your team and what's going to happen in the future, I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak a little about your opponent tonight and what kind of effort that you faced here tonight.
Listen, tough group. Coach Reed always gets his guys to play hard. They had an amazing run. They had a lot of ups and downs throughout the year. They're tough. I mean, they gave us fits early. We kind of had to wear them down as the game went on, but nothing but respect for Rush-Henrietta and how they performed tonight.
Now, we got the opportunity to speak on Thursday night about how this game might look, and a lot of what you and I talked about came to fruition in this game. But speak to a little bit about how the game played out, maybe what you expected, and maybe some of these things that you didn't quite expect.
I didn't expect us to be so nervous on offense. We didn't finish really well in the beginning. Otherwise, we probably would have been up in the 80s tonight. So, championship game, right? That's going to be there. The legs kind of went a little bit. But our defense and attacking of the rim just kept us in. Like, they went cold in some spurts, and it was fine that we weren't scoring because we score in bunches. So, our defense was the key tonight, totally.
And that's one of the things we spoke about during the game was that, we blink and went from a 6-point game at the end of the beginning of the second quarter. All of a sudden, it's now a 10-point game. We blinked, and all of a sudden, you went on another run. And those runs were important, and it just showed. But honestly, I think the number 43 does speak about what really tells the story of this game. Your defense was phenomenal.
So we were actually happy with the first quarter because we won the first quarter. It's the first quarter out of 12 for the playoffs that we won the first quarter. And our goal coming in was to win the first quarter. So the three at the end of the quarter was not really happy about because I wanted a little bit further of a margin. But you know what? It all worked out. We got in rhythm. We stayed in flow on defense. And, man, our press was great all night.
One of the things we also spoke about was, we talked about the talent that you have. And, again, what a team you have because so far in the sectional run, you've had different players step up every game, it seems. And even MVP, I was interested to see what they came up with because you played great, but a lot of guys played great for you guys tonight. But one of the things that you spoke about on Thursday night was that you really thought that those guys who were on the bench who don't necessarily get a chance to play. What we saw in the end of the fourth quarter was special. As a coach with no connection to Aquinas, but I was just completely impressed with not only how much you guys cheered, the student cheering section cheered for him. Speak about that last couple minutes of that game.
Everybody on this team. I said this very early on in one of the pre-season talk shows. They interviewed me, and I said the reason why we're going to have success this year is because we care about each other. These kids they all hang out together. Wins, losses, doesn't matter. And that kind of camaraderie and brotherhood, you can't make that up, right? And when you get into games like this where stuff matters, you got to know you can depend on someone, whether it's the guy that's on the end of the bench to lift you up with words of encouragement or Mason, doing what he does, scoring and rebounding and blocking shots. So total team effort from the number 1 all the way down to 15.
And that's awesome. And coming from the coaching world, that's not always the case. And so when you have it, you hold on to it, and you really embrace it because it's a great feeling. So we've got you next Saturday now at Buff State against Jamestown. Any information or knowledge that you have on Jamestown as you prepare for that now this week?
They're tough. We've been kind of gathering some film on them as we've been going. We're going to enjoy tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. we're going to just pause for tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to get back at it, start watching film, breaking stuff down.
Well, great job, Coach. I'm going to take some time here with Mason and talk to him, but I had a great job this year. Hey, Mason, hey, great job tonight. You know, again, it's a team effort, but you showed all facets of the game from the outside, taking to the basket. Tell me a little bit about how your game progressed here tonight.
I feel like I wanted to just start off strong and set the tone and just keep going to the hoop. And I don't really know. I just kind of went with the flow, but I had my idea of what I wanted to do. And, yeah, I just had to build off my teammates and just get it going.
And you guys really played off each other, and you really played a team game. The end of the game, again, it was a nice job. You guys are truly, it shows on the sidelines, it shows how you play in the court. It's truly a family, isn't it, on Aquinas, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It has to be, especially when 85% of your team is seniors. You can't get his memory back. This is the last year with them. I love them guys. I just want to thank them.
And you're just a sophomore, so we can be back in next year?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
He said yes, most likely. Mason, great job this year. Good luck in Buff State next weekend. Go get him and go get Jamestown.
Thank you.
Sammy, we're back to you, man.
Hey, thanks, Coach Sorensen. And, boy, it's nice to listen to Coach Jeff Lefebvre. You could just see the confidence he ensues when he talks, and just kind of stretches it down to the players, and really very exciting. Coach Lefebvre winning the sectionals last year when he was the coach of this school right here, Gates Jili, and then going over to Aquinas this year and getting Aquinas their first sectional title since the 2015-2016 season. So the Irish are moving on. They're going to face Jamestown next weekend at Buff State College next Saturday afternoon, and they'll face the Red Raiders, who are a force to be reckoned with themselves in Section 6. So for a trip to the Final Four in Glens Falls, that is coming up next weekend. Well, for our cameraman, Christian Van Kempen, and our producer, director, video graphics, and buy me dinner extraordinaire, Joel Belfazer. My name is Sam Schreier for the coach, Steve Sorensen. And, in fact, he's going to come back. We'll sign off real quick together here. Coach Sorensen, let's grab one more word about this game before we punch out of here. I'm back up here. Coach, you know, I was just mentioning the confidence that Coach Lefebvre just exudes when he talks. It's just the confidence that he just comes in knowing that he's going to win these games, and you can see it just based on the expressions and how the team plays for him.
Yeah, there's an adage in basketball, you get what you earn, and he's done a lot of work since May with this program, from the spring league, the summer league, the fall league. He's put a lot of time and effort building a chemistry. This team was at the mission bouts last night.
Yeah.
So they do truly care for each other, but they've put a lot of time in the gym to get to where they belong, and they deserve it.
Well, as I said, the Aquinas is moving into the state tournament now. They're going to face Jamestown. As I mentioned, Jamestown, a force to be reckoned with. They're always at the top of the AA brackets, and it's a state tournament. And Aquinas was in the states in 2016 and won the whole thing. This year, there's very, very, very good teams in the Class AA bracket, and so we'll see what happens as Aquinas goes through, and a chance to go to Glens Falls if they can win next Saturday. So for the coach, Steve Sorensen, my name is Sam Schreier. Thank you so much for being involved in tonight's broadcast. We were glad to bring it to you all night long and here at Section 5. Congratulations to Aquinas, their Class AA champions, and even watching the AA championship game, the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.